Long ago, God chose a man named Manoah and his wife to have a very special son. God had a big plan for their son. This baby would grow up to be very strong. He would save his people, the Israelites, from their enemies, the Philistines. The angel of the Lord visited Manoah's wife and told her the good news. They named their son Samson. Samson was special. God blessed him with incredible strength. But this gift came with a promise. Samson had to make a promise back to God. He couldn't cut his hair. His long hair was a sign of his special relationship with God. It was the source of his amazing strength. As Samson grew, so did his strength. The Spirit of the Lord was with him. He did amazing things that no one else could do. He protected his people and made them feel safe. The Philistines were afraid of Samson. They knew he was a powerful enemy. One day, Samson was walking to see his wife. Suddenly, a fierce lion attacked him. Samson didn't even have a weapon, but he didn't need one. God's power surged through him. Samson killed the lion with his bare hands. He was a true hero to his people. Later, Samson went back to the lion's dead body. He saw a swarm of bees had built a hive inside. Samson took some of the honey and ate it. He also gave some to his parents. This event reminded him of God's power working through him. Even in death, life could be found. Samson's strength wasn't just about being physically strong, he was also a leader. Samson used his courage and intelligence to outsmart his enemies, the Philistines. He often played tricks on them, showing them that they were no match for him and his God. One day, Samson told the Philistines a riddle. He knew they couldn't resist a challenge. If they couldn't solve it, they had to give him gifts. The Philistines were tricked. They couldn't figure out the answer. They cheated by threatening Samson's wife. She told them the answer, and Samson was angry. He knew they had been unfair. This event marked the beginning of his troubles. Samson's anger at the Philistines' deception led him down a dangerous path. Section 5. A dangerous desire. Samson was a hero to his people, but he had weaknesses too. He often let his desires guide his actions, which, led him into trouble. Despite his strength, he was vulnerable to temptation. This weakness would soon be exploited by his enemies. Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah. She was beautiful, but she wasn't kind. Delilah was a Philistine. She pretended to love Samson, but she was secretly working with the Philistine leaders. They wanted to capture Samson and take away his strength. Section 6. Delilah's deception. The Philistine leaders offered Delilah a reward if she could discover the secret of Samson's strength. They knew that Samson was in love with her, and they hoped that she could trick him into revealing his weakness. Blinded by her beauty and persuaded by the promise of wealth, Delilah agreed to betray Samson. Delilah pretended to care for Samson. She asked him, "What is the secret of your great strength? What would make you weak?" Samson, blinded by love and trust, gave in to Delilah's charms. He told her the truth. "If my hair is cut," he confessed, "I will lose my strength." He had made a grave mistake, revealing the source of his power to his enemy. Section 7. The price of trust. Delilah saw her opportunity. She waited until Samson was asleep, and then she called for the Philistines. They crept into Samson's room and shaved off his long hair. When Samson woke up, he felt different. He was weak, just like any other man. The Philistines captured Samson and threw him in prison. They blinded him and made him work like a slave. Samson had lost everything, his strength, his freedom, and his dignity, all because he had trusted the wrong person. His story serves as a warning about the dangers of misplaced trust and the importance of guarding one's heart. Section 8. A prayer for strength. Even though Samson had made mistakes, God had not forgotten him. One day, the Philistine leaders held a great feast to celebrate their victory over Samson. They brought Samson out of prison to make fun of him. They thought they had broken his spirit, but they were wrong. Samson, standing alone and blinded in the middle of the Philistine temple, remembered the source of his strength. He prayed to God, asking for forgiveness and one last chance to fight for his people. His heart was filled with remorse for his past actions, and he sought redemption. Section 9. A final act of courage. Samson's hair had grown back, and with it, a sense of God's presence. He felt a surge of his old strength returning. With a mighty roar, Samson pushed against the pillars of the temple with all his might. The pillars crumbled and the entire temple collapsed, burying Samson and all the Philistines inside. Samson's sacrifice saved his people from their enemies. Even in his final moments, Samson found redemption. He teaches us that even when we stumble and fall, it's never too late to turn back to God and find forgiveness. His story reminds us that true strength lies not just in physical power, but also in faith, courage, and the willingness to sacrifice for what is right.